How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another video. It is Monday, October 28th. It is about 1:20 in the afternoon. We are down here at the field we call Besco Bottom, and that was the field that we wrapped up harvest 2024 with corn. And I showed you guys that we weren't able to run grain cart down here, but we had some problems with flooding and water hemp down here on this bottom ground, and I showed you guys all the weeds. And Dad and Jonesy have been hard at it disking and disc ripping to clear that up. So you can see, first of all, I'm driving the 8320 right now, and I'll show you what I'm doing in a minute. But right in here is where it really started to be weedy. You can see where it's all bare. This is where it was weedy, all the way back to the back here to the tenure patch, to the buffer strip. But they've gotten that all destroyed, and you can see where it's all dead already in here. But what I am doing is I am pulling the disc. The disc ripper with big iron's already been in here, and now we are working the corn stalks into the ground as a fall tillage. So I am in the trusty 8320 that I've been, I've driven for harvest, running the big grain cart. You've seen me run this tractor a million times, but now I am doing, for the first time ever in my farming career, I am doing dirt work, and I'm pulling the disc. I'll let you guys see here for just a brief moment, and then I'll show you guys my turnaround procedure, because I am using auto steer, and I'm using my monitor, and I'm using all of this, so I can I can't tell on the monitor where we stop, but I can clearly see where he went this way. You can clearly see where it ends. You can see that point here. So I'll show you guys what I do. When I get to the end, I start slowing down the tractor, which it's an automatic for the transmission. So even though it's pretty much wound all the way up, it will not go all the way up. It's just using what the tractor needs. So I'm to the end. I pull that brings it up. I turn the wheel, that disengages my auto steer. So then I turn around, right? And then all I do is this is the second line, so I need to work my way back just a line. You'll see it pop. You'll see it zip to that next blue section. And then all I do is I get close, push the auto button, and then I push this down, and that sets the disc in. And I'm on my line, and it's gonna straighten me out. I probably wasn't the straightest there. I'm still learning. And then I just wind her back up. We do about 7 miles an hour, so I'll back it off just a little. Yeah, 6.5 will work. And then my disc is back in the ground. My auto steer is engaged, so I'm not touching the wheel. I've got the throttle set where I want, so I'm not touching throttle. My disc is set, so I kind of just get to sit here and just make sure things are not plugging up or anything. Make sure no big rocks get stuck in between the disc blades or anything like that. But I kind of just get to sit here, and work down, and I'm working my way to the west. So I've still got a ways to go. You can see here kind of on my monitor kind of how far I got to go. But I am running the disc. Jonesy is way over in the big section, running big iron, the 8850 with the disc ripper. And Scott was running this, but he had some things to go do. And I was here because we sorted our first load of market hogs yesterday. And so they're supposed to be shipping out tonight. So I was just out here for something to do. I got paid today, and I was just out here to just kind of hang out, get out of the house for a little bit. And I was just down here sitting, and he called me, and he said, I got to go run some errands back home, which is like half hour or so back up north. So he said, come over here, I'll show you how to run this, and it's all you. So it's like, all right, great. So I came over here, and I jumped in with him, and he showed me real quick the same thing that I just showed you guys. And we went for a few rounds, just down and back. I got the hang of it, and he sent me off. And he is now gone, and I am in charge of the disking. First time ever doing dirt work. This is our fall tillage work. I think this is the only field we're going to be doing dirt work on here in the fall, just because of how bad this one was with flooding and stuff like that. But you can see my auto steer is doing all the work. I'm on my line. I'm not overlapping any. I am just perfect. And I'm not touching the wheel, nothing. It is a little bit bumpy every once in a while. And every once in a while I do have to look back, and I just inspect all those blades, make sure a big rock doesn't get lodged in between those two in between any two blades. We do have hammers and sledgehammers and stuff like that to pound one out if we do come across one. But even during harvest, I don't think we came across any rocks, but there's always the possibility. But we are disking today. It's really, really cool. I've got quite a bit to do in this field, and Scott told me once I'm done with this field to move one section to the east and do about 4 rounds around the outside, and my line will already be set so I can snap a line and, you know, press my auto steer button once I go about 4 rounds around the outside, so I have turnaround room and stuff like that. But I'm doing field work. This is awesome. I did not expect this today, and I might do more of this throughout the week. Who knows? We still got quite a bit to do if we're going to be doing this, because we got all this to the east and the big section where Jonesy's at. We got a lot to do yet. And I don't even have the CB radio on, because Big Iron does not have a radio in her. So there's no sense of, you know, if Jonesy and I need to talk. There he is, right over there. I'll show you. I'll zoom in. There he is, way over there. Sorry about the bumpy field here, guys, but he is over there in the 8850. Would have been better if it wasn't bumpy, but that's okay. So he is disc ripping, which the difference between the disc that I'm pulling and the disc ripper is I just have discs. You can see my X shape there of the disc, and it's just digging in the soil and making a shear, and then the back ones are kind of smoothing it out. The disc ripper has discs, and it's got big shanks that dig into the ground, so it rips into the ground and it gets down deep. I think it goes about 14 inches, I do believe. So that's the difference. He's going deeper into the ground than me, but I am I'm packing the corn stalks into the ground. Like over here, you can see what I haven't done versus what I have done. You can see that the corn stalks are broken up more and in the dirt more for decomposition to help fertilize next year's crop. So I'm here at the end again, so I'll show you one more turnaround. So I'll start slowing down, and I'm gonna wait until I'm absolutely through. I kind of messed up on my line here, and I can tell that. I'm gonna slow down a little bit, bump, 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 bump. And then, once I'm out, I will pull it up, and I will touch the wheel, which that disengages my auto steer. And then I just use my monitor. You don't want to turn too tight either. So I'm kind of watching that, and I can kind of see where I was anyway, so I can kind of aim for it and get back to that side. And then I just push my auto steer button and let her down. And that you can see I kind of had a swerve there, but I am on my line, and I'll just speed her back up to about 7 miles an hour. 6.5, 7, 6.6, that'll work. And you can kind of see my line anyway where we're going down, but now I'm back on my line, I'm back up to speed, and I'm back in the ground working up the dirt again. So I'm just gonna keep on doing this. This is fun. I've never done dirt work before. I've never run auto steer in a piece of equipment before. I've ridden in the combines, I've ridden in the tractors using auto steer. I've done that, ridden in the sprayer using auto steer. So I know how to use the auto steer, but I've just never been able to actually use it myself. So this is really, really cool. I'm super excited, just learning something new in my farming career. But I'm just gonna keep on disking. I got a ways to go, not only in this field, but once I'm done in this field, I gotta move to the next section and keep on going. And I'll at least get 4 rounds around the outside, and I'm just gonna go until I get a phone call that says stop. So that's what we're gonna do. But I'm gonna keep on disking. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wasn't expecting to film much after harvest there for a while, but we're doing some fall tillage, which is awesome. So if you guys do enjoy this video, learning something new on the farm, smash the like button on this video. And I do want to thank you guys too while I'm at it. Thank you guys for 400 subscribers. We just hit 400 subs like 2 days ago. So that's super, super awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey, learning stuff on the farm. I'm learning as I go, and I try to teach you guys as well, so you guys can see how American agriculture works. And it's my dream job. I've always wanted to be into farming and agriculture, and so any opportunity that I get, whether it's full-time, part-time, whatever, any chance I get to be able to bring you guys along for the experience, I'm going to, and I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. So once again, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for 400 subscribers. And I'm going to keep educating you guys and myself on different farming practices on the farm as much as I possibly can. So thank you guys again so much for that. But I'll give you one last look at the disc here. Kind of a long start to the video, but this is a lot to show you. A whole new process that I've never shown before. So I am going to keep on rocking and rolling here, keep on disking, working these corn stalks in, and we are going to see what happens next. All right, guys, it's now 2:51, and I am on my last pass for this section. I'm not going to worry about what's over there because Scott did 4 rounds around this, so that's already been worked. This is my last pass where I know nothing's been worked. It's still white on the monitor, but it wasn't. That's how it is even on this end where he has worked it up. So when I get down here to the end, I will shut my auto steer off. I'll lift it up, I'll cross that waterway, and then I have to do 4 rounds around the outside of the next section without auto steer. Do 4 rounds, that gives plenty of turning room, and then once I do 4 rounds, I can just keep doing the auto steer method that I'm doing right now. But I'll go back to my auto steer monitor here, so you can see my grid map. And see, you can see it's still white here, even though there's field. But I'll lift it up. I'll disengage my auto steer, and now this section's done. So I'm gonna go find the crossing, which I think is right over here, through this tenure patch, I do believe. I'm gonna find the crossing, and I'm gonna start cutting out and opening up this next section. All right, guys, it's now 4:15. I'm out of the tractor. I had to take a quick bathroom break, but we have a section of that water hemp and corn still here that the landowners are going to chop for silage, whatever they can get out of it. So I went ahead and did my auto steer and everything and got on that side of the nub completely done. I've got this outlined, and I'm going to do 1 more round all the way around what I have left of the field, and then I'm going to keep doing my down backs. But I figured while I'm out, I'll give you guys an up close look at the rig that I'm running today. The 8320, all reliable, with our John Deere 630 disc. It's been doing a great job today, but I'm gonna get back in the tractor and I'm gonna keep working. All right, guys, it's now 4:30 and I am on my first down back. I'm starting on the west, then I'm gonna work my way to the east. I did do a down and back in the middle to mark where the beginning of that weed patch is. But now you can kind of see I'm kind of driving already on something that I've worked when I outlined, but I am doing that as just my first line on my auto steer. And then once I start working this way, I'll be on all new territory, on all new ground. So I'm only doing a little bit of new ground right now, but I will be doing nothing but new ground starting on the next pass. This is just setting up the auto steer with its first pass on the west side. But I've done 3-4 rounds around each side, going around in circles around the perimeter of this piece. Once I got back to that weed patch back there, I just decided to just flip on the auto steer and let the computer fill it in with blue as I did it. And I just got that little knob done so that it was done. And then I came back out here and started working on the big piece. I'll have longer rows on this side of my middle cutout than I will on the other side because of the weed patch back there that I had to work around. But I'm getting down here to the end of my starter pass. I'm pretty much not even touching new ground now, just with the way I outlined. But that is not a problem, because when I turn around and get moving back the other direction, I will be going with my lines now, and we'll be all set and ready to go. So I'll get down here to the end, let the computer kind of fill it in, a little bit of blue as I go. Shut the auto steer off. Lift up the disc. Do a flip around. But this is fun. I've never done field work before, so this is really, really cool. A really fun experience to do this. Auto steer and drop. There we go. And then I'll speed back up to about 6.5, 7 here. There we go. That's about perfect, right in there. 6.9, I'll take it. And we are going. So now it's the easy part, just back and forth now. So I just got done filming the last clip. I'm still on my first big pass, but I'm on some smooth ground, and I'm kind of running parallel with Jonesy. He is in big iron, the old 8850. Camera might be shaky because there is still some knobs I gotta go over. But there is Jonesy with the 8850. The further in I zoom, the worse it gets. But he is in the big piece working on disc ripping, and I am just disking behind him. He's already been in this piece and worked. And so I am just now, I'm catching up to him as I go. And he'll be done, probably, he won't get done tonight, I don't think. But tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be disking tomorrow or what the case will be. But Jonesy will probably definitely get done tomorrow. Disking probably won't get done tomorrow. But I'm going to try to push it. I mean, I'm going to try to do what I can here today and see what the plan is, because it sounds like we're getting a good amount of rain coming in Wednesday. So I'm going to try to get what field work I can get done today done. And if I disc tomorrow, I'm going to do what I can to get whatever I can done. You know, it's all I can do. But, yep, Jonesy's just running parallel with me over there in big iron, the old 8850. But we are going to keep getting this dirt work done. Alright guys, it's now 6:40. I'm still here in the 8320 disking. I just turned around and I'm now going back to the north. And it looks like Jonesy is on my side of the field now in my patch. And he is coming over to the service truck. He must be finished. And we only brought the one vehicle down. Scott brought his and he left when I took over. So that means if Jonesy's done, that means I'm probably going to have to shut down for the evening. We got a lot done. I'm easily about halfway across on this middle piece here, so we got a lot done today. I have a good feeling that this is probably going to be my last pass for the night. I don't know if I'm going to be disking tomorrow or not, but I'm going to bring my phone charger and stuff just in case, because I'm down to about 9% right now. So I'm going to get this pass done and see what's going on, and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, we are shutting down. It's 6:48. But this is big iron and the disc ripper. You can see he's also got the 2 rows of discs, but he's got those big long shanks in the middle I was talking about. 2 rows of shanks. But here's his rig, and here's my rig. My lights will go off here in just a couple minutes, but we are done for the day. Listen to old big iron, the 8850. She's a purring this morning. Yes, sir. So he's got the disc ripper up right now, so you can see just how deep those shanks are. Look at that. This is how deep that the shanks go into the ground on the disc ripper anyway. You can see how big and how deep that those shanks dig into the ground, and then they have the discs like I have. It's just I don't have the shanks. So big iron definitely digs further into the ground, but between the 2 of these units, a lot of dirt work gets done. But it is now the 29th. It's a little after 9 in the morning. We're here again. We're fueling up equipment, getting ready for another day. That sounds like I'm going to be in the disc again, which is awesome. So we're filling up big iron here first, and I've already put a jug of def in my tractor, the 8320, and then I'll move the service truck over there and fill my tractor up with fuel, and it'll be good for the day. But we are going to get stuff checked, and we're going to get started. All right, guys, it's now 9:25. There goes Jonesy. He is fueled up, and Jonesy asked me if I needed help fueling mine up. I says, no. I says, you go ahead and get going. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the fuel hose again, and I'll fire up the 8320 here. Get her ready for another day of running the disc. And I already put def in her, so all she needs is a little bit of fuel. There we go. Now we'll fuel her up. All right, guys, it is now 9:45, and I am beginning my first pass of the day with the disc. I got the tractor all fueled up, and I am on my first pass. I thought I was gonna have to have somebody come down and help me get the auto steer set up, but all I had to do is push the auto track, just tap on it on the screen, and it turns on. And then the work one there, it was still showing off, but when I click on it, it was showing that the trigger to turn that work on is when I push my auto steer button. So sure enough, when I got on my line and pushed my auto steer button, it kicked that on, so it's recording. That's what is turning the screen blue where I work. So we are good to go. We are off and rolling. Jonesy only has a few hours left of what he has to do, and Scott wants to do some stuff with that disc ripper down here around the end rows and the edges as well before it gets taken back. But I have about half of this piece and that whole big piece. Jonesy thinks I'll be able to get this done today, everything done with the disc. So I'm just gonna work my hardest, do about 6-7 miles an hour like I've been doing, and just work hard. I got my lunchbox today. I got food with me. I got my phone charger with me. I got everything that I need for a full day in the tractor, so nothing will stop me. So I'm gonna try to work. We got a good amount of rain coming in tomorrow afternoon. Pretty much a lot of us are gonna be getting over an inch and a half of rain tomorrow, so we're trying to get this dirt work done before the rain hits. So I'm gonna hammer down, and we're gonna get going today. All right, guys, it's now 12:35. I am still disking, and I'm on my last pass here in this middle section behind the cattle yard up there. This is where I outlined the field yesterday, and I'm on my last pass. I did the other half here today. So as soon as I get up here to this old hangar, I'm gonna fold up. I'm probably gonna have to fold this up in order to cross right here behind the hangar. I'm gonna cross right here behind the hangar, jump right into the big section, and start working. Jonesy's still way in the back, so I'll start up on the north side and work my way down on the far side, just to make sure we don't interfere with one another's work. But this section is done now, so now I've completed the first big section to the west, this middle section, and it's now complete. And so now I'm gonna move over there, and I'm gonna hammer down, see what I can do here to get her done. All right, guys, it is now 2:30. I'm still going here in the big section. I started on the west side there, and I'm working my way to the east this time. So I'm this far out. This is how much I've done, all the way down and back. And that's, you can kind of see it, how far I went on my monitor as well. But I just got a text from Scott. He's kind of been going back and forth, kind of supervising. Jonesy's done with Big Iron. It's sitting over there by where we parked the tractors last night by the cow barn. And he was sitting there for a while. Scott was kind of doing some back and forth, talking to the landowners. And he just sent me a text saying just to bring the service truck home when I quit tonight. So pretty much it's on me to get this done. And so pretty much it's a quit whenever I want kind of situation. And when I want to quit is when this field is done, because we've got rain coming in tomorrow, and quite a bit of it tomorrow afternoon. So if as long as I've got a vehicle to get me home tonight, I'm just gonna hammer down. I've been doing pretty good here. I've got everything outlined, so it's and where I'm starting at, I've got some logs and stuff that floated up from the flood that they haven't been able to get picked up, that I got to go around. I'm doing that first there on this side. I'm doing those now while it's daylight. So once I get past those here in the next couple passes, the sun can set right now, or not right now, but as soon as I'm done with those, the sun could set and it could be pitch black. You know, even if there is an obstacle, I've got my lights to see it. But as far as I know, those are the only obstacles, and they're on this side. So I'll get around those way before the sun goes down. I still got about 4 hours. It'll start to be getting pretty dark, about 6:40, about how it was last night. It'll be pretty dark in about 4 hours. So I'm just gonna run. Service truck's gonna sit over there by the cow barn for me. So I'm just gonna run. Everything's been clicking off like it should. So I'm just gonna run for a while. I haven't really filmed very much because, one, I was outlining and I needed to watch the end rows and stuff like that, and two, it's kind of the same old thing, going back and forth. I'll film a little bit as the sun starts to set and stuff like that, because I like running equipment in the dark. So as it gets darker, I will definitely be filming for you guys. But I'm just gonna keep on running here, and I'm gonna try to get this done tonight. I got my lunchbox today. I got food with me. I got my phone charger with me. I got everything that I need for a full day in the tractor, so nothing will stop me.
Are you sure about that?
Well, guys, it's now 4 o'clock, and I was down on the other end, and the tractor beeped at me saying the hydraulic level was low for hydraulic fluid. So I thought, okay, I don't really need the hydraulics once I set this thing down and get it up here to this end. I was thinking about folding it up, driving it over to the service truck to get some hydraulic fluid, but then it beeped at me again when I got up here saying it was very low. So I said, you know what, I'll just let it sit here and idle, and I'll walk over and get the service truck. But I think something's broke on the tractor, because you get under here on the front and it's just dripping hydraulic fluid. Something's broke. Something's broke in there, and it's leaking hydraulic fluid. So even if I put hydraulic fluid in it, it's gonna waste it. It's gonna leak out of that front axle or whatever. Something's broke in there. So I'm gonna call the boss and see what he wants me to do. But I have a gut feeling that I'm gonna have to shut down. But that sucks. I was really hoping to get this done today so that I could beat the rain tomorrow afternoon. But I think I'm not quite halfway. I'm almost halfway. I started over there, but I'm gonna shut this tractor off so it stops leaking, see if that stops the problem here. And I'm gonna call the boss and see what's going on, let him know what I discovered. Okay, I just shut the tractor off. Something's leaking big time on the front end of this. I mean, look at the puddle. And now it's pretty much stopped now that the tractor's off, but something is broken here, and I can't figure out what it is. Something, I don't know what could be broke, but it's just leaking hydraulic fluid. Look at the inside of my tire. Holy cow. Something started leaking, and obviously a guy didn't notice until it beeped at me. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna shut down. There's no sense in running this tractor more. But I'm gonna call the boss and let him know. And I'll probably go home. I guess we'll see what we gotta do, guys. Kinda sucks. I wish I could have kept going, but something's broke, so I'm gonna see what's up. Alright guys, I just got off the phone with the boss. He said there must be a hydraulic hose or something underneath there that's broke. So he just told me to shut down and just come home for the night. So that means we're gonna have to get underneath of it in the morning, see what we can do, and hopefully maybe we can get this done before the rain hits tomorrow. I guess all we can do is what we can do. So I'm not gonna move it another inch because of how low that is. It's kind of it's a hydrostatic controlled tractor too. So that's partial hydraulics. So it takes hydraulics to help run it, as well as, you know, this. So, but nope, I'm just gonna shut down. I'll walk over, grab the service truck, come back over, grab my stuff, and go home for the night. And all we can do is look at this thing in the morning, see what it's gonna take to fix that hose on the tractor, and we'll have to bring some hydraulic fluid. I know we got some in the truck, but obviously if the whole tractor's low, we're probably gonna need more than what we got in the truck. So all we can do is what we can do. So I'm gonna go home, call it a day, and good day disking until this breakdown, but that happens with machines. Any kind of machine, you're gonna have a breakdown. It's nothing that I did or anything like that. It's just wear and tear, and it happens. So the boss is informed, and so I'm just gonna go home for the night, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow. Just to tell you how quick plans change, I'm walking to the other field to get to the service truck. I was just gonna grab my stuff and go home like the boss said, but he just called me again and said just hang tight, because while the parts store is still possibly open, he said he's gonna come down and take a look at it, see if it's something maybe he can get going again. Maybe I can keep going. If not, we'll have to wait till tomorrow, but he's gonna come down and take a look. But I told him I'm gonna still go ahead and come over here and get the service truck, so in case we need any tools out of it, hydraulic fluid, anything like that. Man, the wind is fierce today. They said we were supposed to have gusts of 40, 45 mile an hour gusts at times, and they weren't kidding. So I'm gonna get this service truck and we're gonna wait around. All right guys, it's now 5:30. Scott just fired up big iron. We unhooked from the disc ripper, and we are gonna connect the disc to it so we can have that tractor to use. So who knows? I might learn how to run big iron tonight. Who knows, we'll have to see. But apparently, I guess I don't know exactly what the problem is with the 83. I guess Scott got underneath and did some looking, and it was bad enough, I guess, that he unhooked the tractor from the disc. And luckily we have big iron down here. We do have another tractor that's ready to rock and roll, so we're gonna hook it up and we'll see what happens. All right guys, it's now 6 o'clock. We got the 83 completely unhooked from the disc, and big iron is on it, and Scott is out running. He just told me to put whatever hydraulic fluid we had in the service truck here in that tractor, the 83, and he told me to put stuff away that we used to use as jacks, and he just told me to take the service truck home and to call it a night. He was gonna run for a while, which is fine. I'm a little bit discouraged though, because I was ready to jam out in this tractor and, you know, just run for a while, get this field done. But plans, like I said, mechanical problems happen, and that's just all part of it. So Scott's just gonna run big iron, the 8850 with the disc. We got it all hooked up, and he's running now. He's just starting to come back. He did a pass to the south, and now he is already coming back to the north. I don't know if he's gonna try to get this done tonight or not, but he told me to go ahead and go home, so I'm gonna clock out and head home for the night, and I'll just head to the shop in the morning and see what we have to do to get this equipment back before the rain. Well, the 83 may have to sit here, I don't know, we may have to look at that. But yeah, plans changed, but that's okay. There's nothing I can do about it. Things happen. So I am gonna go home. And actually, it's early enough. It's our tradition anyway. I might swing by A&W and grab something to eat. Last time I was there for harvest, I just grabbed a couple milkshakes for the guys. So I'll follow our tradition. I've done a good couple days of farming down here, so I'm gonna go ahead and head home, guys. That's gonna do it for today, and if he gets this done, that'll probably do it for me disking. My first time ever doing dirt work, first time disking, first time using auto steer. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I definitely, like I said, I'd go all night if I could. If the tractor hadn't broken down on me, I would have kept running. But I had a lot of fun. Hope you guys did too, coming along with me. But I'm gonna go ahead and head on home, and I'll see you guys later on. All right, guys, it's now Wednesday, October 30th. It's 9:18 in the morning. We're here in the field. There's Big Iron with the disc. And we just worked on the 8320 here, and it looks like we tore the front where it was leaking apart a bit. And it looks like there was a solenoid that was out. There was a lot of stuff down there that was loose and needed to be snugged up. So we kept snugging and snugging, and we kept firing it up and turning the wheel to see if it would leak. And we still need some hydraulic fluid, so Scott's going to get that now. I'm gonna drive this tractor up and put some air in this outside tire. It's a little low, but I think we got her fixed because we kept loosening things and seeing if it was leaking. And then we would, turn the wheel and we tighten things up, see if it would leak, and it wasn't leaking anymore. We thought maybe there was a line or something, but there's a kind of like a junction box, and it's got some solenoids and stuff on it. But my dad was under there and got it tore apart, and we snugged, pretty much we just snugged things up. We didn't replace anything. But you can see on my tires it's muddy. We had some rain come in this morning, and it looks like we're gonna have a break before the big storms come in later this afternoon. But I think the ground's too wet to disc right now. I guess we'll have to see what the boss says when we get back. But just looking at my tires and how much mud is accumulating on them, we're gonna have to wait a little bit. But we'll have to see what happens. I don't know how far he got last night with Big Iron, but as far as I know, this thing is fixed. All we can do is get it up here, air it up, see what happens. But we're gonna see what happens here. So I got the tractor up here to air up the tire, and I'm looking underneath. I got it running. I don't see it leaking any. We're gonna keep an eye on it, but I think some stuff just worked itself loose. Let me check the hydraulic fluid level. Oh yeah, it's gone down way further since I filled it on that sight tube. I figured once we fired it up and got stuff circulating, we'd have to top it off. As long as it ain't leaking out, at least we know hydraulic fluid's in the system. We'll fill it up, we'll top it off, and it'll be good to go. All right, guys, it's now 10:15. Dad is in the 83, headed up to the disc ripper. Apparently all we're gonna do is we're gonna hook the 83 to the disc ripper and take it home. We're not going to worry about switching tractors again and putting the disc back on it. When we got one empty tractor and an empty implement, they can just go home and Big Iron can finish the job. But it's still off and on raining here today, and the heavy rain is supposed to come in this afternoon. I don't think it's gonna dry up in time for us to get this done. But we are gonna get the 83 hooked up, and we're gonna make the 2-hour trek home with this piece of equipment, and we'll see what happens, guys. All right, guys, it is now about 7:30 at night. We got the 83 and the disc ripper back to the shop. The tractor ran fine. Didn't have any of the same codes pop up on the computer about hydraulic fluid being low. It stayed right where it should have been on the sight tube. It didn't leak out anymore. It made the 2-hour trip home. And actually, Scott ended up taking that disc ripper and the 83 to another field, actually, because there was in that field, the 80, the field we got done with bean harvest in, they had done some tile work out there. And so there was some piles of dirt where the tiling had been done. So he wanted to run the disc ripper through there just to level things off and get that all set and ready to go for next year's planting season. So that was another test of the tractor, I guess, to make sure it would not leak any hydraulic fluid, and it did. I asked Scott when he got back, and he said, nope, it ran fine. So if I had said that if we had been able to fix that last night, it only took about 15 minutes to fix it, I would have been able to keep on discing, but nothing a guy can do about it. At least it's fixed and the tractor is ready for whenever we need it. So
I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy going along for my first ever experience doing dirt work. It was a lot of fun. I learned something new, and it was really, really fun. I like running that 83. It's super comfortable in there. You got the radio, the AC. It's a really nice change of pace from the older tractors. So being able to do it for, what did I have, 15 hours between 2 days disking, it was really, really fun, and I had a great time. So I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me and learning along with me as well. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys smash the like button on it. Spread the word of the channel, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.